Hello, welcome to week 12 Stevenson grammar video.
Hi.
We have Jack, Joe, Allison, and Tex. They're all learning.
You don't feel much.
Tex is the smartest dog in the world. He sits in on the grammar videos every week. Okay. Anyway, so we are going to be covering two chapters this week. We're going to be covering chapter 13 and chapter 14. But it's all about adjectives. We're going to be talking about possessive adjectives and then demonstrative adjectives. I'm going to break this into a two-part video since it's two different chapters. But you should watch both of them and work at your own pace. Okay, here we go. So,
Feel free to
it's all about adjectives. It's all about adjectives today. What are adjectives? Yes.
Something that describes a noun.
Awesome.
Or another adjective.
Okay.
Or another adjective.
Can you guys open up your books to the parts of speech tab and read the definition for adjectives from the parts of speech tab?
Do I have one?
Well, you should.
I think I do. Adjective describes a noun or a pronoun.
And it says young, big, grim, Canadian. Whoa.
Okay, so you had some examples of adjectives. That's great. So, young, big,
Grim, Canadian,
Grim.
longer.
Canadian, longer. Okay.
If you're
Good.
Canadian.
Allison, can you give me an example of an adjective? Okay, Jack, can you give me an example of an adjective?
Yes. But I can't think of any.
I have one.
Small.
There you go. Okay, what?
Cute.
Cute, small, good. So all of those adjectives are adjectives that describe, right? I mean, they all adjectives describe in one way or
Hairy.
another.
Harry.
But today we're going to, I want you to turn to your definitions tab. So everybody follow along in your teacher's book, chapter 13. We're at page 55. Okay? So turn to your definition section on your Stevenson Grammar notebook. Go to definitions here. And do a new page. All right. Write down this. Possess. Possess means to own.
Where's my pen?
So write that on your definitions tab. On a new page, your definitions tab.
Mom?
Possess means to own. And then you can write this example. I possess many valuable coins. Okay? Jack, you try it. I possess
Many valuable coins.
something else. What do you possess?
I possess a dog.
I possess a dog. Allison? I possess
I possess a cat.
a cat. Good. Joe, I possess
I possess my pen.
my pen. A pen. Good. All right. So after you write down this part on your definitions tab, then I would like you to,
Are we only doing one on the definitions tab?
yeah, just write one example on your definitions tab. Define, possess, okay? So if you look here, guys, here's the word possess. Possess, and then it has the suffix iv, means possessive. So one type of adjective that we have is a possessive adjective.
What does that
So
mean?
instead of saying, I possess a book, you would say, this is my book. Okay? That is your pen. That is her book. That is his book. His chair. Her, his, my, your. Those are all possessive adjectives. And they tell who owns it. Right? So, let's see. When we,
Should I write this down in the exercises tab or not?
so you can turn to your parts of speech tab. your parts of speech tab. And on page 56, we're going to have some examples of, you can write down some of these examples of possessive adjectives. So I'm going to erase this part. Can I?
Yeah, you can erase that part, but not the other.
All right, that's fine, that's fine.
Wait, are we writing the possessive adjectives?
Yeah, so in your parts of speech, turn to your adjective page.
Okay.
And you're going to add to some examples of your adjectives right now. So write possessive adjectives and then make some examples of possessive adjectives. Her book. I'm sorry. Let's see. And an adjective, okay, so book is our noun, right? Adjective tells who owns the book, her. I'm sorry, I should have wrote this higher. That's okay. It's an adjective, but because it's a possessive adjective, we're going to add POS in front of that ADJ, okay? So it's a POS ADJ. That's what we write on that arrow. His book.
Wait, Mom, are we supposed to be writing this down?
Yes, write this down on your parts of speech tab. You're going to have adjectives page, and you're adding to your adjectives examples, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're making examples of possessive adjectives. Then we have his book. Again, we're going to write, it's an adjective, but it's a possessive adjective, so we're going to write POS in front of it. Okay? So write down a couple of those examples. You can think of some other ones if you like. Our, their.
The.
Well, that does the tell who possesses it?
No, not really.
Not really. So the is not a possessive adjective. But that was a really good good thing to bring up. I'm glad you said that. That was
Because
smart.
I was thinking of it because which.
Tells which one.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right. The would tell which one. That's good. But right now we're looking at adjectives that tell who possess it. So after you write these, this brings me to the next step that we're going to do. We're going to add to our sentence analysis steps. We're just going to add to step 4. Again, if you look at page 56, it tells us when we follow along with our sentence analysis steps. So you want to, I'm sorry, let's see. Turn to, in your Stevenson grammar binder, notebook, turn to sentence analysis. And we're going to add to step number 4. Can you come check this out really close? We're going to do the demo next, but right now, after step number 4, I want you to write add POS, okay, S, before the label ADJ if necessary. That's the part that we're going to add right now. So, I kind of did it up there really sloppily, actually. So this is what you're going to do.
Sloppily?
So, number 4 was label adjectives. And then add POSS before ADJ if, wow, I should have picked a different pen. Thanks. I got a little carried away with my S's. If necessary. So that's what I want you to add right now. Under sentence analysis steps. So it's going to look like this. If we do a sentence and follow our sentence analysis steps. Can I erase this, Allison? Are you ready for
the top one?
this part? Can I erase this
Oh
part?
yes, you can erase that one. Wait, are we supposed to write the top one?
Yes, write this on your sentence analysis. So turn
I
in your
just assume you're supposed to write everything.
turn to your to the tab that says sentence analysis steps, and I want you to add this to step number 4. Hey, it's okay that she's asking questions, because if she asks questions, other people might have those same questions. I may have went too fast. Okay. I want you to, let's see. Joe gave let's see. Me my book after class. Okay, there's our sentence.
Exercises?
You can add this to exercises. That would probably be a good idea. I just wanted to have you run through the sentence analysis steps after we added this. So, Joe, can you come do this? Analyze this sentence for me? And read through the sentence analysis steps, step by step. Number 1.
Read the whole sentence. Oh, sorry. Joe gave me my book after class. Check for 2's. There are none. Find and label position words, nouns, and prepositional phrases. After class. Preposition.
Okay.
When.
Okay, good.
Okay, add or
label.
label the adjectives. Add POSS if necessary.
Okay.
My book.
Okay.
Find and label verb phrases and infinitives.
Or none, because there were no 2's, right?
No 2's. Find, mark, and label the main verb. Gave.
Okay.
Find, mark, and label the subject.
Good.
What's the subject?
Label the subject pronoun above. Is there one?
Okay, good. You labeled that sentence correctly. So notice he added POSS in front of ADJ for that adjective. Okay? Now, this part, if the book says that this is extra work for accelerated students. So if you have if you're a grammar level parent and you don't feel like this is and you feel like this will just confuse your student, then you need to stop the video at this point. Okay? But my B-level students and my brilliant E3 daughter can handle this. So we're just going to move right along here. Okay. So I wanted to show you. Let's see if this will stay up there. Okay.
You need like an easel.
All of these things are adjectives. There's 2 types of adjectives that we have. Okay? One type of adjective describes. Okay, they're descriptive adjective. Another type of adjective limits. That we have descriptive adjectives and limiting adjectives. Okay? Descriptive adjectives are like number and color and size and shape and, descriptive adjectives. So with the descriptive adjectives, there can be common ones or proper ones.
Mom, like the 5 senses.
Yeah, That's exactly right. If you think of adjectives that you can think of using your 5 senses, those are descriptive adjectives. Thank you for saying that. That's good. So can you give me an example of a common adjective?
Crashing waves. Crashing waves.
Crashing waves. Nice.
Right here.
For here. That's right. That's good. That describes them. Others?
Fast car.
Fast car describes them. Good.
Strange brother.
Good. Okay.
Sister.
So
Mean brother.
another kind of descriptive adjective are proper adjectives. See, I noticed I had common and proper. What does that remind you of? I'm going to move this down for a second because we're just going to talk about the adjectives that describe right now. What does common and proper, what does that remind you of? What other part of speech has common and proper things?
Nouns.
Nouns, exactly. So, let's see, American flag. It describes the flag, right? And but notice what is this?
Capitalization.
Capitalized, right? So this, I don't think that should have been capitalized. I think that should have been. Let me see what they did. Yeah. So a proper adjective is going to be like a proper noun, and it's going to start with a capital letter. If you take this away, all of a sudden we have a proper noun, right? American is a proper noun.
American citizens.
But if you use that proper noun to describe something, all of a sudden that proper noun becomes an adjective. So think about French is a language. All by itself, that's a proper noun.
So
But if you say French
Fries.
French people, it becomes an adjective that describes people.
So are all of them like nationalities, if that makes any sense, or can you describe any of them that aren't?
Let's see. Can you help me think of other possessive adjectives that are not nationalities?
German. Oh, nationalities.
What about a
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
like
cheese.
proper.
McDonald's? That is a noun. It's a name of a restaurant, right? But if
So
you
like
add
fries, so-
hamburger, it all of a sudden becomes a proper adjective that describes the hamburger, right?
Can I do one?
Mm-hmm.
Pet shop.
Pet shop?
Pet shop. Because
Okay, so I can think of a proper adjective, a proper noun would be like that, like those toys, the littlest pet shop. The littlest pet shop. That would be, that's they're toys, right?
Yeah.
But if you say the littlest pet shop toys, then all of a sudden it becomes an adjective that describes toys. Okay? You guys got that?
Yep.
So, within, I'm going to bring this back up here. Okay. Within adjectives, we have descriptive adjectives and limiting adjectives. Descriptive adjectives, we have common and proper ones. We just discussed those. Now we're going to take our focus on to the limiting adjectives. We just learned about one of the limiting adjectives today. Yes, the possessive. Notice that the possessive adjectives are on that list, right?
So a numeral would be like 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Interrogative adjective.
Yeah, exactly. Why do we call it limiting, do you think?
It could be limiting thought. You can only, like, if you're saying one, whatever you're going to say, so like one pencil, would be, you can't think, oh, if he says 1 pencils, it's 2. So I guess that might be a limiting thought. And I keep on hiccuping.
Okay. So, I'm trying to get you to get one of those books on the shelf. I need to be specific, and I need to limit
It's
my
not the red
description.
one, it's not the blue one.
Yeah, I need to limit my description to get you to get me the right book. Okay?
Instead of
That's
saying, get me a book on the shelf.
exactly. If I were to tell you even get me the red book, there might be more than one red book over there on the shelf.
Mom?
But if I were to say,
I have one.
Jack, give me Allison's spelling book. Okay, I've used a possessive adjective to tell you exactly which spelling book I wanted you to get.
And wouldn't that also be a proper, spelling is a proper?
No, it
I know, because it's not.
I have one.
Yeah, no, I see.
tells you what kind, though.
Yeah.
It is an adjective, absolutely. Yes.
Text, get Dad's favorite airplane book that's on the third shelf on the left.
Well, that's definitely limiting your description to a very specific one. I don't think he can do it, but that's good. Okay, so in the next video in week 14, we're going to be learning about another kind of limiting adjective called demonstrative. There are also interrogative adjectives, indefinite adjectives, relative adjectives, and numeral adjectives. Now, I'm not going to write all of this stuff down for you on the board right now, but on your parts of speech tab in, section in your notebook, with the rest of the information that you wrote about adjectives, so on your adjective page, I want you to create these different categories for adjectives as well. Indefinite, and here's some examples. Relative, here's some examples. Interrogative with these examples. Numeral with these examples. Okay? Pause, please.